Hello, guys, and welcome to the another new gaming news update video here. A lot of stuff has come out over the last few weeks that I have took me a while to finally get find time to actually get the video out there for people to let people know what's going down. Obviously, first things first, PlayStation Plus have launched their extra and premium lineup games for this month, which of course you can see some of the big titles here. Rainbow Six Extraction, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, Ghostwire Tokyo. Obviously, from Ubisoft, you have Immortals Hendek Rising. We have a day one title called Tenka, which is finally launched this week. This is the game they hyped up, during last year. And yes, so all these games are available for you to play right now with your extra or premium PlayStation Plus membership. So if you've got an extra and premium, and yes, can you believe it? They've even added Rage 2 from Bethesda. Yes, they actually added that. So if you fancy checking any of these games out, including some of these classic ones, be sure to get your extra and premium membership of PlayStation Plus, and you can download and play them. And you also have the option to stream them as well. But either way, if you want to play them, make sure to get your premium and extra memberships of PlayStation Plus to play any of these titles that are available now for you to play. Now, alongside this, we did get we got some news about Starfield finally. We now know the release date of the game. It's coming out on the 6th of September obviously for Series X and S and for PC, Windows PC and Game Pass for both console and PC. For console owners, it will be Series X and S, and then of course PC. Now, interestingly, we also found out because of this announcement that there are going to be two showcases coming this summer during the Sunday before E3, which will be the 11th of June. So Microsoft are going to be doing their Xbox Games Showcase, which is the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase, but they're calling it Xbox Games Showcase this year. That will be happening Sunday the 11th, and then following that show will be the Bethesda-built Starfield Direct, that's going to reveal more information as they're going to show more of the game to us from the following the Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday, the 11th of June. So if you want to see more of Starfield, that is the day you want to tune in to see what else they've got cooking up for Starfield. And of course, this is also the week where Summer Game Fest will be going out, which will be Thursday, the 8th of June, when Summer Game Fest will have its live show for 2023. Obviously hosted by Jeff Keighley. So yeah, some pretty good news here that we finally now know when Starfield's coming. It's coming in the second half, and we're going to be learning more about the game during the summer. Now, alongside this, we did also get some other stuff going on, including the fact that obviously there's been articles talking about Sea of Thieves planning details for the next 5 years, and that Respawn have also recently have opened a new studio that's going to support Apex for 10 and 15 years. That's obviously this is a part of their plan to support the game more, and the fact that Apex Legends is here to stay, and they're very confident with the titles, the fact that they're very confident with the future of the game, so they want to support it for the next 10, 15 years, which seems like, things are shaping up for Respawn. Should be very, very interesting. Also, it was a bit unfortunate on the Twitch side. Yes, on the streaming side, we found out that over 400 members were impacted by the layoffs on Twitch, which, this was the thing that was going around recently about the whole layoffs that were going on that were potentially going to happen for Twitch. And yes, 400 members were laid off during this week, which is... Yeah, and also they lost their CEO this past week as well. Actually, they appointed a new CEO recently, but the recent one left. So already things are not looking too great on the Twitch business side, as you can probably tell from there. And then of course, obviously you have another exclusive here where Battlefield Veteran has now made a studio called TTK Games, which is finally coming. They're obviously building some games for the future, which I'm sure that will go well. And then, and now we're also hearing the fact that the Witcher multiplayer title has been rebooted somehow recently as well. So there's You can read more in the link in the description if you want to read more about what's going on with that and why it's being rebooted. And then, oh yeah, there's also an articles now suggesting that GTA 6 online gameplay was found recently, where they mentioned that we could see there's a potential that GTA Online could have up to 32 players, which would be interesting. So we could be looking at a 32-player online mode for the new GTA potentially. If this detail is correct, then it looks like we could be seeing a much bigger multiplayer feature for GTA 6 that's going to allow more people in multiplayer, which is really interesting. So it'll be interesting to see if that ends up happening for GTA 6. So we are still waiting for Rockstar to finally reveal more. Hopefully to reveal more details about their plans. Also, we found out just the other day that Avatar Frontier Pandora, this is a game that I'm sure a lot of you are very eager for Ubisoft to reveal more. Well, good news is it seems as though pre-orders are set to go live soon, which is good, because obviously data miners have found that there's pre-order details on the Ubisoft store that seems to suggest that they're getting ready to get pre-orders going for Avatar Frontier of Pandora, so it won't be too long. And of course, you can see here they're offering a special pack, the Child of Two Worlds pack, for pre-ordering. So it definitely seems like, yes, pre-orders could very well be happening very, very soon for Avatar Frontier of Pandora, which means we're probably due a reveal very soon, if anything. And considering Ubisoft are going to be at E3, it wouldn't be too surprising if it happens around June when the pre-orders happen for Avatar Frontier Pandora. This is a game that that was supposed to come out last year, but has been delayed to either the end of this year or early next year, depending on when Ubisoft plans to release it now. But and then, of course, on top of that, Ubisoft have also been using an AI technology to like an AI to generate NPC dialogues in future games. Apparently, this is a technology Ubisoft are going to do for their future titles. So it'd be interesting to see how this technology works over time. They actually showed a video of this technology at work using Watchdog as a preview for this, and we'll see if this technology holds up for Ubisoft. Should be interesting. And speaking of which, I'm sure Ubisoft are meant to be launching Ubisoft Plus on Xbox, but there's been no announcement about that yet. I'm hoping they will announce that soon, because it's supposed to be coming, as the actual service itself is meant to be like a downloadable app for you to get through Xbox soon, but they haven't made it properly visible yet. And then, of course, as you can see here, Spider-Man 2, the voice actor for Venom, whose name is Tony Toady, had actually mentioned on Twitter that the game is, he's apparently confirms that Spider-Man 2 will be launching in September, and that we will be getting a very massive campaign, which will be kicking off in August, which is interesting. Yeah, very cool to see that he basically came out of his way to state that Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be coming in September and that adverts are going to start kicking in from August, which definitely seems like, should be very, very interesting that we could be seeing some hype going on to Spider-Man 2 very soon. And it's good to know that we might be seeing it sometime in September for a release, and that adverts are meant to kick in August, but they might kick in sooner now that he's spoken out about it. Maybe Sony will kick off the hype train sooner. Who knows? But we'll see how long it will be until Sony finally gets ready to reveal more on when they're ready to finally share more of Spider-Man 2, hopefully sooner rather than later, because I really want to see more of this. Finally get to see gameplay of this title that they've been hyping up as part of that PlayStation showcase 2 years ago. We still yet to see more footage of it. And of course, EA have delisted Battlefield Bad Company series and 1943 games. Apparently, they've recently delisted them. Not too sure why, but you can read more in the link in the description if you want to find out about that. And also the fact that Microsoft are trying to convince Sony to build a Call of Duty competitor because of the purchase with Activision continues. So it'll be interesting to see what will Sony do in terms of building, what sort of developer would they rely on to build a Call of Duty competitor? A lot of people are looking at Diversion Games as the potential candidate for that slot, but we'll see how they get on, considering they lost Jason Blunder last year. So it'd be interesting to see if they're able to turn things around despite his departure. And then, of course, we also found out that WVC 2023 is also ready to launch. This title is apparently set and ready. This racing game could be launching soon, considering it's ready to go. And then, of course, we come to Crash Team Rumble. Yes, Crash Team Rumble finally got its date released, finally. For those who are very excited about Crash, they finally released a trailer, and it's going to be coming on the 20th of June this year for PlayStation, Xbox, for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and it's going to be full crossplay support right out of the go. So yes, there will be crossplay support, so you can play with other platforms. And the best thing is if you pre-order the game now, you'll be able to check out a closed beta test that's going to be taking place from the 20th to the 24th of April, where you'll be able to play with Crash, Coco, Taran, Nino, Connex, and just get to play with some iconic characters from Crash, which are these 5 characters that you'll be able to play, as well as free maps that are going to be available as part of the beta. So if you want to have access, you're going to have to pre-order the standard or deluxe edition of the game. And of course, the deluxe edition, in terms of what they offer, so the standard edition will offer the closed beta along with a season 1 premium battle pass. Whereas if you get the deluxe edition, you'll get all of them plus season 2 premiere battle pass and digital content alongside that. So that's all a part of the bundles that they're offering as part of and obviously the deluxe edition will cost $40 and the standard will cost $30. But either way, this is, and of course in the UK that will be, obviously that's basically roughly £24.99 for standard and £35 for deluxe. So yeah, that is the gameplay. They finally showed off the first gameplay of Crash Team Rumble. They finally confirmed full crossplay support for this title when it drops on the 20th of June. And if you pre-order, you can play the beta from the 20th to the 24th of April if you want to check out Crash Team Rumble and be able to enjoy Crash Team Rumble, which I know I'll certainly be checking this game out for sure, and I'll be having gameplay of that on the channel if you want to check it out. Also, LEGO is going to be having a new game coming soon called Lego 2K Drive, which is apparently set to be revealed later this week. It's going to be revealed tomorrow because it mentions it'll be revealed on March 23rd. So yes, 2K and Lego are teaming up to do a Lego racing title that's going to be sort of, I guess you could say, completely different from what, I guess you could say is inspired by Lego Racers that came out on PlayStation 1 many years ago. So it's nice to see that they're bringing the Lego racing stuff back that hasn't happened for years now. But we'll see how the game turns out when we finally get the first look of it as of tomorrow. And then along with this, we also found out that Alien Dark Descent will be coming on the 20th of June as well, the same day as Crash Team Rumble. You can get your hands on it on PlayStation and Xbox and PC if you want to check out this horror title. Also, we found out that Valheim may not be coming to PS5 for 6 months because apparently it's exclusive on Xbox for 6 months now, which means that only Xbox players can play Valheim on the Xbox console, and then PlayStation fans won't be able to play it until at least August, which will be roughly the time when. So that would, yes, it would be roughly would mean that by August of this year, that's when the exclusivity should be over, and it should be around that time when Sony will be releasing it for PS5 owners and maybe PS4 owners who want to check out Valheim on the PlayStation console. So hopefully by the end of the summer, beginning of the autumn, we should see Valheim make its way to PlayStation finally. Fingers crossed that follows suit, hopefully. there's been a lot of gameplay reveals as well for Tianka 8. That's also coming later this year. So there's been a lot of hype surrounding that. Speaking of which, we did get an update for Sonic Frontier. They got a free DLC update, which adds some tracks from classic Sonic games, and also a photo mode's been added as part of this package as well, which they did a whole PlayStation blog post about it. And speaking of which, they've actually gonna now offering a Sonic Frontier free trial for PlayStation Plus Premium customers. So you'll be able to so from today, you can now try Sonic Frontier for free with the free trial. If you want to check it out using your PlayStation Plus Premium, you can try out Sonic Frontier if you haven't already. And they've also mentioned that Marvel Spider-Man 2 Wolverine will be having a very cool dialogue tech that Sony are working with for these two upcoming PS5 exclusives, which is nice to see that they're offering those. Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's going to be taking over 80 hours to fully complete when the game drops this June. So, yeah, we could be looking at a very long campaign of gameplay in order for you to fully complete it. And then, of course, we shift over to the Last of Us series, the TV series, that is. It seems as though Season 2 may not be dropping until the end of next year or early 2025. Due to the fact that the filming has been somewhat delayed till the end of this year or beginning of next year, as they're still probably working on scripts for season 2, so they're still working on the storylines for the next season. So obviously we're going to have to wait a little bit of a while until you get to see what's coming for season 2 of Last of Us TV series. So a little unfortunate that there's going to be a little delay on that, but at least people can catch up with the first season, within that time anyway. So it gives people a chance to catch up if they haven't checked out the first season yet. Then, of course, we come to some other information. And then, of course, regarding The Last of Us season 2, it may be split across 2 or more seasons. There's been a lot of talk about that potentially happening. That might be a conversation that could be happening soon. And then, of course, we have some new trailers for Random 2 that finally shows off some more combat for that title when it releases later this year. Also, Fortnite just received a mega season launch, which is it always kind of looks like Nina Numa from Destiny. Like they've brought that city into Fortnite, it seems. But either way, it's there. And then along with that, we also got, we're going to be hearing some more about the Last of Us multiplayer game later this year. Naughty Dog promised more to come regarding this title that has been kept under wraps. Also, the Last of Us TV series is also finally making its way to subscription services such as Amazon Prime Video, obviously Apple TV, they call it iTunes here, Sky Go, and Hulu. These are all currently offering the TV series now, so you might be able to use your subscription to watch them now if you haven't already. So I might do the same because I've been watching it through my Sky TV, but I can easily just watch it now through Amazon Prime Video, which is probably what I'm going to do to watch the rest of the series, which I've managed to watch the first 2 episodes, but hopefully I'm going to catch up with the rest over the weekend. So that would be cool. Also, we found out that PS5 Pro is targeted an end-of-year release. They haven't said what to expect from the model, except for the fact that, well, in fact, Insider Games have actually put an article about this, and they, they kind of heard talks about a detachable disc drive console that has been in the works, and the fact that this could be what we might see. And then there's also the fact that Mark Senrad, who worked on the architecture of the PS5, is starting to work on the design for PS6, the PlayStation 6, which may not get a release into at least 2028. So we could be waiting. We could be just roughly 4 years away from PS6 arriving, which is pretty crazy. They're doing that. But in terms of what the PS5 Pro will entail, it may increase visuals, performance, and speed. At least that's the focus points of what they want to achieve with the PS5 Pro, that they want to try and push to make it a bit more faster to load into games and make the performance and visuals better than the current PS5 model. And then the fact that Jeff Scrub basically also mentioned that that Sony are planning a big showcase before E3. Obviously, we're still waiting to hear about that, but they want to show off Marvel Spider-Man 2 as well as this new hardware as part of this showcase before E3. So hopefully soon we should find out more officially about this PS5 Pro that they're wanting to get out. But it's all a part of it's basically their way to sort of massively phase out past gen titles in spring 2024. So yeah, they're kind of hoping that by spring 2024, they can start phasing out PS4 games, which is kind of what they want to achieve heading into 2024, which is interesting. So it looks like from the beginning of next year, PS4 titles might be basically done for, basically, and that would mean that if you want to get games on PlayStation, you're going to have to get a PS5 by the end of the year in order to keep playing games on, in order to play the newer titles that come out on PlayStation. So, yeah, looks like this is the year, guys. If you haven't upgraded to a PS5, now's the time to do it, because it looks as though these next few months, Sony are going to start phasing out the PS4 Pro to replace it with the PS5 Pro. So then PS4 basically gets phased out, and PS5 is the main focus point of the PlayStation consoles going forward. So yeah, this is definitely a good year to start thinking about getting a PS5 if you haven't already. So yeah, I had a feeling it was going to happen eventually. So yeah, best to start planning those upgrades right away. Also, Naughty Dog is working on their next PS5 exclusive. Will it be Last of Us Part 3? I suppose we'll find out sooner rather than later. Maybe it may take a while until we know anything, but we'll find out soon. We also found out that Dead Islands 2 will take around 20 hours long. That's how long the game is in terms of its length. I believe this is regarding the story mode or the campaign mode for the titles, or the whole experience is going to take 20 hours, which is interesting. So should be interesting to see how those 20 hours are going to be spent. Should be an interesting one. Need a Speed Unbound's finally getting a new update this week, as in the coming weeks, which you can check out there. Also, The Last of Us TV series is getting its Blu-ray and DVD release. This will be dropping on the 17th of July. You can pre-order on Amazon now if you want to pre-order yourselves the physical copy of Last of Us, if you want to, which will come with 3 hours of special features and free all new features where they interview the stars about the making of the show. But there's a DVD and the regular Blu-ray and a 4K Ultra Blu-ray options should you fancy getting them. Get your pre-orders in for physical copies of Last of Us. Atlantis Fallen is another game that's coming. It's got a release for the 16th of May. They finally revealed gameplay of the title, which there'll be a link in the description if you want to see this game as it prepares for its May release. And it'll be coming to PlayStation, PS5, Series X and S, and I believe PC are also offering this title when it releases in May. And then on top of that, we got Diablo 4. They're going to be having an open beta, which will be coming later this. Of course, will be coming later this week. There'll be an open beta for Diablo 4 people to check out. There's also another new horror game coming called Stray Souls that's coming in the fall that's going to support Unreal Engine 5 for PlayStation 4, with PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S will all be supporting this game when it releases. Of course, this will be coming out later this year, and it's all about a man named Daniel who's inherited his estranged godmother's house in his 18th birthday, and he can't believe his luck. So yeah, and he obviously has to face all these creatures along the way. So it's a pretty horrific title that's coming on the way. Then, of course, we also found out that finally Disney Speedstorm, this is a game that was was announced alongside Disney's Dreamlight Valley last year, is now finally coming to early access as of the 18th of April. You can pre-order. It'll eventually become a free-to-play game that's going to come with complete with cross-play and cross-save. There'll be 3 different editions if you want to play early access. There's obviously a standard edition, a deluxe or ultimate founders pack, and obviously deluxe and ultimate founders pack will come with goodies as part of your pre-order. Should you fancy pre-ordering and being ready for when it becomes early access from the 18th of April, if you want to check out Disney's Speedstorm next month, which is basically Disney's version of go-karting with Disney's characters. And it will be a free-to-play game later this year, just like Disney's Dreamlight Valley, which we've yet to see the multiplayer update go live, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later. And also, Far Cry 5 has got a 60 frames per second boost update for the PS5, because yes, PS5 owners can now play it at 60 frames per second, as well as Series X and S players. Which you can also play it through Game Pass and get access to this that way. There's also a free weekend happening on console and PC for Far Cry 5. That'll be starting tomorrow until March the 27th. So if you want to play for free, then be sure to look out on the Xbox and PlayStation Store for a free trial or free trial download, so you can play the free weekend of Far Cry 5. And if you have a PS5 or Series X and S, you can try it out on 60 frames and see what you think. Anyway, so with that said, really, there's also Texas Chainsaw Massacre also coming out in August. It's coming out on the 18th of August. They're doing a tech test on the 25th of May. It's basically going to also offer multiplayer. It's a multiplayer horror game, so you'll be able to play with friends, and it's also takes place before the events of the actual movie of the franchise, so you can learn about the characters before the films happened. And yeah, this is all coming out very, very coming soon, very soon. For those who want to check that game out, be sure to do so. But apart like I said, apart from that, that is pretty much all the news really. And of course, you can probably see here there's been a lot of tributes to Lawrence Randick, which has happened recently as well. So yes, as I was saying, Lawrence Randick. The reason why there's been a lot of talk about him is because he passed away this past Friday, and I'm going to probably do like a Destiny 2 news talking about his commitment to Destiny, but. Yeah, he was a big part of the Horizon series, and obviously Guerrilla Games were paying tributes to him because of his commitment to the Horizon series, where they did a whole blog post here that says, "Thank you, Lawrence Randick, for everything you brought for the character of Sarah, for sharing your infinite talents and wisdom with us, your generous warmth and immoral press, and for your profound impact, not just as part of our cast, but on our community. We are deeply honored to work with you. You'll be incredibly missed. We extend our heartfelt concerns to his loved ones. Rest in peace, Lawrence." Yeah, so it's a little very, very unfortunate that he passed away just recently. And of course, Guerrilla Games paid tribute. Also, Bungie paid tributes to him, and we'll talk about that on my Destiny 2 news, where we discuss about the passing of Lawrence Randick, as well as other bits and stuff that's been going on in Destiny just recently. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news really, as far as we can tell. That's all that's happening right now as we as we build up towards Summer Game Fest, and we learn more about many of the games that are to come over the coming months, and hopefully some really exciting games are on the way. But either way, hopefully it should be an exciting summer of game reveals, I hope, depending on what's going to be coming ahead. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in my next gaming news update as soon as we have more big gaming release dates and announcements that are on the way. So see you then.